Hey guys, what's up? Jessica Kubasi here. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the beginner mistakes that I think a lot of people are making when they first start photography. So I know there are a lot of videos like this out there, but I wanted to make one, my personal version based on my insights and experiences through the 8 years of photography that I've been through. I've done everything from baby pictures, senior pictures, engagements, weddings. I've worked with professional models. I've worked with modeling agencies. So I really wanted to share some of my personal advice on the mistakes I think a lot of people are making. So I wrote a couple points down. I might maybe just throw in a couple extra ones as I'm talking, just because that's me as a person. I just keep adding stuff on when it doesn't need to be, like right now. The first one that I really wanted to mention right off the bat is depending on filters, and I think that is a mistake a lot of people are making. So I recently posted a before and after of one of my pictures on my Instagram story, and I don't do this very often, but when I do, I get a lot of DMs and messages and even emails asking me things like, where did you get this filter? What filter is this? Where can I buy this filter? I think the problem is that, first of all, people thinking that this is a filter, like I wish it was a filter. I wish I pressed one button and it did all of this. I think the fact that people think that all of this complex color grading and everything is the work of a filter in which you just press a button, I think that is a little bit concerning to me. It's actually hindering your learning process, especially with post-processing, if you're just depending on filters to, really define your style. Because if you go ahead and buy like a preset pack or a filters pack and you just, you're just applying that to all your pictures, that's not going to be unique to you. Anybody else can go and buy that same filter pack. So if you're a photographer and you really want a unique style, maybe a filter is not going to work best for you. I would recommend learning post-processing. Learn to use layer adjustments in Photoshop. And again, if you are going to use filters, maybe work on a filter that is unique to you. Developing your style as a photographer is really important. And you're not going to develop a style if you're just pressing a button and a filter is doing just doing one thing, because then your work is going to look like everyone else's. So I think really that's one of the issues I see right now, is everyone thinking that, oh, all of this work was a filter. It's really not the case. I spent hours and hours in Photoshop with 50 plus color adjustment layers to get that one look. I encourage you guys to learn everything Photoshop has to offer, especially if you do want a very unique post-processing look. Look, if you want to buy $1,000 preset pack, look, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not the police. I can have other things to do. All right, guys, here's the next one. Another mistake I see people making, and I tell this to everybody, okay? People don't want to do the work. They think, I'll watch a couple videos, my brain will absorb it, and then I'll just be a good photographer. If only this were true, okay? I would be outside at the movies. Look, you guys, I know, we get excited. You just got your new camera, you're watching all these YouTube tutorials, you're reading the books, amazing. Seriously, great job. But if you're not actually going out there and shooting and practicing, none of that's gonna matter. You can watch as many videos as you want on composition, angles, lighting. None of that's gonna matter unless you actually go out and do it. And I know this seems pretty obvious. Of course, yes, you obviously have to go out and shoot. But a lot of people are watching more and shooting less. So go out there and shoot. Go out there and try different types of light. I see people shooting the same thing over and over, which leads me to the next point. Let's go to the next point. People shooting the same thing. You're shooting the same portrait. You're shooting in the same type of light. You're using the same model. You're doing the same type of coloring to every single photo. You're not gonna learn anything new. You're not doing anything different. So when you go out and shoot next time, do something completely different. Challenge yourself to go out there and shoot completely different than you normally would. Do you hate the sunlight? Are you in your basement all day, like myself? But you have windows and you play Mario Kart occasionally? Okay, that's great. Leave your basement and go out and try to shoot in a different type of light. And whatever you normally shoot, I want you guys to do the exact opposite of that. Even have the model in the worst type of sunlight possible. Go out in the midday sun. Both you guys can roast outside together, but get some pictures. Take some pictures and just practice. Even if you don't even like how the pictures turned out, just practice and try to master every type of light, because I guarantee you, you're going to use it in the future. No matter what you're shooting, it might come up and you're going to be able to know how to use it, and you're going to be able to make it look good. So that is going to really help you in your photography career. And another one, which is more about your personality and you as a person, I think sometimes people take advice to heart and really listen to people when maybe they shouldn't, and I think that is a mistake. I feel like people get trapped, you know, they listen to people really early on and they get caught up in what other people say, and then they don't really make any progress because they're just too freaked out, like, oh, is this really the right lens? Should I have done this? Was this the right f-stop? Who cares? Just go out, shoot, create art, you guys. Art is subjective, photography is subjective. Create art that you like. And you know, while it's nice to get constructive criticism, don't let that be the end all of your photography. Like if this person doesn't like your work, then oh, okay, I'm not doing things right. No, do work that you're proud of and always keep making progress on your own terms. Real quick, one last one. I feel like a big mistake people make, and I made the same mistake, is that they go out and they don't shoot during a certain time of day, and I think this really can transform your photography. And again, I made this mistake. I would literally go out any time of day and I would start shooting, but then I realized that certain types of day will give you certain types of light and will really change the look of your photography. For instance, if you shoot during midday sun, you know, noon, when the sun is really high up and really harsh, you may not get the softest, best looking pictures. But if you wait until later in the day, during golden hour, so maybe an hour before sunset, you get a really nice, soft, glowy look for your photos. And I think if you're a photographer who wants to achieve a certain style, you may want to start shooting during one specific time of day to keep your work consistent. Or if you're just trying to achieve a certain look. So again, that's something that I had no idea about. I was like, what? People do that? They wait. If the light isn't good, they just wait a couple hours and then they shoot. For me, I was like, listen, it's 5 o'clock. Let's wrap this up so we can go get some Burger King. So that's really something that I want to pass off to you guys. Really consider the time of day, because it will change the light and you may end up getting a completely different picture. So those are all the mistakes I think people make when they first start out. Leave all your thoughts below in the comments. Let me know what mistakes you guys think photographers make when they first start out. Let's have a conversation down below in the comments. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and good luck out there. See you guys.